All right, all right. So I'm here with Zeynep, and did I say your name right?
Yeah, Zeynep is right.
Okay, all right. I never know. We wanted to chat about the blogging aspect for her new Arabic line project. You looked at a couple of other Markdown-based CMS,
Yes.
and I think that the so both of those were PHP based.
Yeah.
And my concern about you know uh, using systems like that is that over maybe like a 10-year timescale, then actually they're not very reliable.
Right.
GitHub is probably going to be around in 10 years.
Right.
These kind of systems, don't tend to last forever, but
Right.
they seem to have a pretty good business model where it's available free of charge for public projects, and if you want a private project, you have to pay for it. And
Right.
since businesses want private projects, that seems like a pretty straight model.
I actually didn't know that, so that's totally fine. And I was looking for alternatives because I thought the reason
And $5 a month forever.
because I thought that me not having a paid GitHub account would prevent me from using their hosting service.
Yeah, it's simple. Like the only difference that they charge for is the privacy, and I've
right.
That.
Yeah, and this is not private, so
is everything, like everything that you get for free is what you get paid. And so I'm very happy with that. I don't really like it when stuff's offered and it's like the light version.
yeah.
I think that this public-private distinction is very.
Yeah, that makes sense actually.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely check that out. I'll look into Jekyll. Basically, what I was trying to find with the alternatives that I sent you was something that, because I made this CSS that I made using typecast, which is sort of very sort of what you see what you see is what you get type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was trying to find a blogging format, and I'm still not sure about and most of this, a blogging format that would enable me to customize the page template as well as the CSS. So I can actually pick and choose what attributes are on a page and what I name them, and then how I refer to them in the CSS code, which is, I'm sure, is something super basic to other people who are more involved with web development, but it's something that I haven't been in touch with for a long time.
Let me share my screen with you.
Sure.
So if you go to pages.github, then you can say, so you want a project site.
Yeah.
And if you say, generate a site, then it shows you this in the UI. So you go through and you pick a theme.
Yeah.
And then you get it. And the Design with Font Forge site is actually of the stock themes. And at the bottom, there's a link to improve this page, which takes you to the page contents. So the basic structure of Jekyll is you have your layouts, which is your overall page templates.
Yeah.
And then you have your includes, which is then like the repeated pieces of content.
Right. Okay.
The HTML end, HTML start, and so this has the boilerplate.
Okay.
Start and end pieces, and then in the layout, the homepage, includes HTML start, includes the masthead, and then the content wrapper, has the content. The content is inserted here, and then there's a site, and then a end. So this is super basic, super straightforward.
That's good.
And then the content part is sort of the main thing. And so if you then go into the US English part and say like your O and your N, then you can see that this is a markdown file. And so GitHub is rendering this with images in line. And when you go to edit this, you can see at the top you have this little piece of YAML markup for the page. And so GitHub, tidally makes this into a little table, and then it's just standard markdown. And so in the template, this is the content that is inserted in the content tag. And so when you're making a markdown, when you're making a Jekyll-based blog, then you have like year and month folders. You just put your files in with like the dates that you want the post to appear as the file name, and yeah, it's very straightforward.
Cool.
And let's see.
Can you use a custom URL?
Yeah.
Without a paid account?
Exactly, you can. So you can see here there's a CNAME file, and you put your URL in here.
Okay.
And then in the GitHub pages at the bottom, it says custom URLs.
All right. Yeah.
Names, that to set up your DNS providers, DNS records.
Right.
You know what you have to do. And
I think that's cool. Yeah, I think that seems pretty straightforward. I can definitely give it a shot.
Yeah. And then even if you use the CNAME, you can still access this using the GitHub's own hosting URL.
Okay.
Username.github.io/repo name.
Okay. Cool.
If you go there, it's actually redirected us for some reason. Yeah, sort of works, but the CSS isn't working because of the funny URL structure.
Right.
But yeah, so you can see, it'll work regardless.
Cool.
So I have to run in a sec.
Sure.
Yeah. So I was going to say, how far did you get with the other blog systems? Did you start making
Yeah, it's sort of experimentally, yes. I sort of installed various ones before those two. There was one that I was working with that was based on Dropbox, but I couldn't get it to function the way I wanted to. So then I started looking for other ones, but they seem sort of pretty similar to what Jekyll is, and sort of very developer-centric or developer-friendly. So they do all the markdown, conversion, etc.
Right. Yeah. So there was a couple of things I wanted to. So on GitHub itself, then there's this little edit icon here. So you can actually when you go into the directories like this, there's a little plus here, and so you can create new files just like that. Directly on the web interface, and then similarly, you can edit the files directly on the web interface.
Nice.
And then this has a full screen button on the toolbar, which makes it quite simple, to focus on writing.
Okay.
Yeah. And then there's Dillinger.io, which is this very simple markdown-based web editor, which gives you the live preview as you're typing. So you can see here.
Yeah.
And they have like a little cheat sheet, that helps you, remember what things are.
Right. Yeah.
And you sort of integrated, and you can sync the scrolling and this kind of thing.
Nice.
So GitHub's one is is quite basic. You can have kind of previewing like this, but yeah, it's fine. And this will show you the differences. And then the other one that I like is Pros.io. And so this one, when you log in, then it shows you, the groups you belong to. And then, so if I go to FontForge, design with FontForge, and then you can see the files are here. If I go to that file, then it loads it up. And it doesn't give me the same kind of live preview. Oh no, here it is. Yeah, so it gives you live preview edit mode like this, and then if I change this, like if I move that, then let's see, when I click changes to save, then it shows you the diff of what changed.
Okay. Yeah.
and it allows you to, put your commit message in, and commit that, and it basically does it live. So now if I go back to the Design with FontForge website, I can look at the commit history and I can see that just now I made like that update, and it shows us, that this got deleted.
Cool.
So the prose editor is quite nice. It's a little bit more designery, but the GitHub interface now does a lot of what it did.
Right.
So in terms of working with GitHub, you mentioned Dropbox. So there's this program called Sparkle Share. It basically turns any Git system into Dropbox. And so if I,
and it's self-hosted too.
Well, yeah, exactly. So any Git system. So if you have your own Git repo, it'll work like that. So in my just change the screen sharing here. Share my entire screen. So you can see up here I've got Sparkle Share running. And so I'm using this to run the Crafting Type website. And it's very easy when you add a hosted project. You say you're on GitHub and you want to do, FontForge, whatever, use a project. So I think, say like the I'm trying to think of a small one that I have. Oh yeah, okay, LibreFonts.com. Like that. It fetches the files, show files, and then you've got the Git folder. It's like this. And now if we go to the repo like this, so you can see Sparkle Share's just created the .sparkleshare files like a few seconds ago to say like that it's being managed by Sparkle Share. And so we can go in and delete that. And if I delete that, then Sparkle Share, you can see it running up here. Now, when I refresh this page, you can see it was just deleted in history. It's gone. And so if I then add a file here, so say I add file like temp.txt, this, and I commit that correctly, then in theory, this will update. So it might take like a minute to figure out there was an update. There's no way to force it, but I think if I quit it, again, there's a down arrow, there's the file, boom.
Nice.
So yeah, it's a pity that I actually put a feature request in to like force update, and they said like if it's not automatically updating, it's broken. So anyway, yeah, I've got to run. So
sure.
Yeah, let me know if you get any questions.
Okay.
I think people will be excited to see what you've got, because you've already got quite a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I'm excited to start sharing.
Yeah, awesome, great.
All right. See you.
All right, take care. Bye.
Bye.